Hey guys, well I made it out today to do a little shooting. They're forecasting rain, could start at any time, but hopefully I've got a couple hours before it starts. Anyways, I've got the Gamo rocket, Gamo rocket gray, back out today, doing a little shooting. Figured it'd be a good gun if it's going to start raining on me. I don't want to get it wet. I'm not setting up all the fancy camera equipment. I'm testing out a Tactacam shoot through scope cam to see how that works today. Been having a little trouble getting it set up. I came out a couple of times and tried to use it and hadn't got it set up right. Seems to be working now. We're fixing to test it on this one here. I've seen a guy overseas shooting with this setup on springers, and he hasn't had any issue with it. It hadn't destroyed his setup, so hopefully it'll hold up to the guns I'm using. I'm probably not going to use it on a Magnum, but anyways, I've got a target set up at 25 yards. These are the 22 caliber Ultra Magnums, Crossman Ultra Magnums. I fired a few test shots earlier using the FX pellets. It was dieseling a bit, so I decided to go ahead and just shoot some groups with the Crossmans, and it's not doing bad. But anyways, I wanted to test the camera, the scope camera, so that's mainly what we're gonna do right now. So we're gonna start recording on the camera. Odd thing is I have to wear my glasses to actually see it, see clearly through the prism. We're going to try a few shots looking through the scope. Well, I sure miss the good old days before everybody started using this road and all the people moved in. And I will say, if you're thinking about buying splatter burst style targets off of Temu, don't really bother. At least from my experience, they don't really show up as a splatter burst. They're hard to see. I'm not being super accurate here, but we'll put 5 shots in with that, and then I'll switch to. Then I'm actually going to shoot using just the camera through my phone. Had to go to a bigger dot target. This is a 4-power scope that came with it. So far, I'm quite impressed with this gun. I think it was under $100. I can't remember. Bought it earlier this year. It was pretty economical. It's a good looking gun. This gray camo looks really, really good on it. I don't think I'm doing a very good group here, but I'll shoot one more into that and see if I can do a little better here. All right. Now that was the target on the upper right. Now I'm going to go to the target on the left, and we're going to try to shoot through the cam on this one. And I can actually cheat just a little bit because I can actually zoom it in. Oh boy, I got that maybe a little bit of cant there that I didn't realize. I do believe my adjustment ring is moving a little. All right, let's try that. It's a little tricky. Something goes on in this camera that it actually, I don't know if it tries to center up or what, but the camera doesn't show the whole circle at times. But when I move the gun around, it actually does. Let's see if we got any movement here. Hard to get this adjustment ring tight. Anyways, we'll fire off 5 shots using this. It's not as clear as I'd like. I don't know if it's I just don't have it adjusted properly. Basically the cheaper 4-power scope or what, but I'm afraid I'm going to run out of time, so I've used it on one of the Hawk Air Max scopes that I have, and it did the same thing. I wanted to try it on one of these scopes and see if it would do any different. If I could get that eyepiece adjustment on the scope that this mounts onto tight, it wouldn't move on me. I don't even know how many shots that was. It's probably pretty close to 5, but you'll be able to see through the scope the issues I'm having with how it looks. And so far it's doing it on 2 different scopes, this 4-power Gamo scope and the Hawk Air Max. Now, earlier it was actually doing a little better. We're going to go to the target below that one now. Shooting by looking at your phone, screen on your phone, is a little bit tricky, but I think I could get used to it. I am resting this on the bag, and I do have my hand on the back of it, so that could affect the groups. This one is in 22 caliber. Actually, it's a pretty nice little air gun. 5 in that one. I think I'm going to move over to the bottom right and put 5 more. I'm going to try to shoot the gun more like I would if I was aiming through the scope. Can't see real well. Of course, might help if I take my glasses off. Oh yeah, that made it much better. Oh, again, back under it, like I'm aiming through the scope. I'm having a little bit of issues here. If I could ever get this figured out, it would be really nice. It's what I've wanted ever since I started. Ever since I've seen Ted Holdover's videos years ago, I've wanted a shoot through scope cam, but most of them don't work with springers. Put 1 or 2 more in there. Still getting them a little annoying with the crosshairs not being up where I would like them. Alright, we'll do 1 more. For some reason it's causing me to grip the gun more. Maybe I'll just try laying my hand on it this time. A little off when I pulled the trigger. Anyways, that's probably going to do it for this video. I think I'm beginning to feel a few drops of rain. I'm going to go down and see what I got. We'll take the camera down there and look at that. But I am beginning to feel a little mist, so I think it's about to start raining. So we'll head down there and look at the Tactacam. It's not really made for target shooting. It's really made to film your hunts. And once you got it set up and everything right on the gun that you're using, just one gun, it would be pretty easy. But if you're going to switch between guns, it's probably going to be a kind of a pain to get it set up on every one. Anyways, we'll see what we got here. Alright, that's that upper left target. This one is the one I had shot earlier. I don't remember if I had the cam on or not on at that time, but I'd shot that one earlier. This is the lower one. And then this is the last one. I think I shot this one through the, I'll have to check the video. I think I shot this one looking through the scope. And I shot these with just on the bag. But I think the gun has actually got potential. I mean, those, that upper left target is a pretty tight group for no better than I could see with that scope. These are some of the shots before I put the cam on, just shooting through the scope. I've got a pretty decent group at the top. Haven't shot in a while, but it's definitely showing potential. It was dieseling still from time to time. That was my first shot with the JSBs, and it was really dieseling there. And I think that's why we changed impact quite a bit from the dieseling. It was straightening out by the time I got to the top corner, so I decided to go ahead and put up some different targets and get that cam mounted on there. But anyways, that's going to do it for today. I didn't think it'd be this nice today. It's actually beautiful out here. Probably around 50 degrees. Earlier we had a little north wind that made it kind of cool. Now there's a kind of a southwest wind, and it's actually this tree line blocks the southwest wind pretty much from me. I hadn't seen the wheat coming up in the field, but the winter wheat's been planted, and it looks like I got really lucky this year. Most of the time that wheat is planted all the way up this row, all the way to my vehicle up there. And sometimes I get a little bit of a side area here to shoot on, but this time it looks like they really didn't plant up here near the entrance. This is where they enter and exit the field up here, so it looks like I'm going to have a pretty nice shooting range this winter. Even when the wheat gets up, I'll be able to shoot probably out to 50 yards, I'm hoping. I'm kind of wanting to do those 50-yard can bottom challenges with a few different guns. But unfortunately, it's supposed to start raining here in a few hours. And then it's going to probably rain on and off most of the week, or at least to the middle of the week. So wasn't going to have a chance to shoot for a while. And I'm actually glad I got out. It's a lot nicer than I thought it would be. But anyways, I think that's going to do it for today. Hope y'all are having a good one. Thanks.